We all face cybersecurity threats, both in our personal lives as well as our business lives. Some of the easiest things that we can do to protect ourselves include the use of good passwords, but most importantly, the use of multi-factor authentication, or MFA. The next thing that we want to be sure that we have good controls around are our backups, and being sure that we've got what are known as immutable backups. We also want to be sure that we've got a good patching process in place so that if our systems are compromised or are breached, that our patch levels are up to date and it makes them that much harder to exploit. Additionally, policies and procedures. Now, I know that these don't sound very exciting, but if we don't have an incident response plan in place, if we don't have a business continuity plan in place, and we haven't thought about these things or tested them, we're just as vulnerable even if we have MFA in place, good backups, and patching. Some common misconceptions that businesses can have is that I'm too small, then nobody's going to come after me, or I can achieve absolute security if I throw enough money at a problem. And both of those are untrue. Whenever I'm asked about emerging trends in cybersecurity, or hey, what's the latest, what's going on there, what we'll see AI both on the defensive side to protect ourselves, as well as we'll see it on the attack side. So the two are just going to continue to be in kind of an arms race. Fortunately or unfortunately, the world we live in today, it's not if, but when you have a breach. The primary consequences of a cybersecurity breach are going to be financial, and they're going to be reputational. The financial costs associated with recovering from a cybersecurity breach are going to include costs associated with figuring out what happened, recovering our data. We might have to pay a ransom, or we might just have to go to backups. And finally, you may need to pay for credit monitoring, depending on if that was an issue associated with a breach, and obviously any insurance payouts. The reputational risks of a cybersecurity breach are going to include the potential for lost revenue. We may lose customers or clients because of that, or because when they find out we have a breach, they may say, I don't want to do business with you anymore. I think we've gotten to the point where if we do a good job of documenting what happened, we can lessen that reputational risk. The financial risk is still going to be what it is, and the financial costs are still going to be what they are, but following those things really should lessen the reputational impact.